Hey there everyone, LDMAA here coming at you with an Ancient Red Hybrids deck profile for BT8. So I made a Red Hybrids build, updated it for BT8, added the Gamemon package in Hero, and it's pretty fire to be honest. It's just I have to make a couple improvements to add more removal, but I played this for Battle of the Goggles against Ampharga Larga. You probably saw the video already for the gameplay, and it's pretty good. I just misplayed pretty hard when I brought out the Ancient too early. I should have waited and back. I forgot removal is really strong in yellow hybrids, even though I play against it all the time. It's whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna make a couple improvements. But this is the build I was using for that video. So I'm using 4 Gurimon as the baby. Gurimon is very good. When attacking inheritable once per turn, if this Digimon has 6,000 DP or more, draw a card. I like that. That's a really good ability to be able to draw off like that because you're gonna swing for high numbers in this deck. So. Especially with Hero in the deck, I'm going to up the Hero count too. So, let me see here. Let's see here. We got some rookies here. Run 4 Gamemon. So, Gamemon's really good. Gamemon's, the main ability, it doesn't really matter, but it does come up. Once per turn, when you play a Red Tamer draw a card, that do come up. We mainly play it for the inheritable and the fact that it's Gamemon because of Hero. So if this Digimon is 6,000 or more, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3,000 or left. So I was using this a couple times to kill a Salamence. Whenever he brought out a Salamon or got armor purged back into a Patamon. So that does come up, that be able to wipe small bodies with Gamemon. Plus I love Gamemon. The art is pretty sick on this card. The alt art is really cool too, but that's more like a collectible alt art. I like this alt art for use. Because he's literally about to go on an adventure. So it's really cool. How many Flamemons do we see? 4 of the Searching Flamemon. Really good card. On play, reveal top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 Digimon Hybrid and or Red Tamer. You can add both with this one. And then put it in your hand. Put the rest at the bottom. And it's a hybrid. So that's why we run it. He's really good for searching for your pieces. And then I run 3 of the Piercer. The inheritable piercing baby. Not baby. Flamemon. So he gives Ancient Warriors / Hybrids piercing. Really good. That's a rookie lineup. I don't run the other Flamemon because I don't run Susanomon. So, and I hate that or. You only add 1 card instead of 2 like the other one. So, there we go. That's the rookie count. It's 11. So we're running Ancient Greymon. So I run 4 of the promo Agunimon. Really good card for the Ancient build. When attacking, this Digimon can Digivolve into Ancient Greymon for 2, ignoring Digivolution requirements, but you have to delete the Digimon at end of turn. Then the inheritable is when this Digimon Digivolves into Ancient Greymon, you can reduce the Digivolution cost by 2. It's a really good card. This Agunimon is fire. Really good. Then I run 4 Burning Greymon from BT7. So, can Digivolve on top of a Red Tamer for 2. And then when Digivolving, you have Hybrid or Dakuya underneath. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 4,000 or less. So that ability did come up too, killing Salamon's Patamon, the same reasoning. This is the card I'm debating taking out or cutting down. Built a Gamemon. I actually like this card. I think this card is really good in the build. It's just it wasn't really working with the yellow matchup, and I really want my builds to be able to keep up with yellow, which is a really tall ask. I know that, but that's what I want to do because yellow is bunnies. But anyways, I'm debating either cutting it down by 2 or taking it out entirely. I am not 100% sure, but it's definitely not staying at 4. It's not staying at 4. This card is not a 4 of card. I believe it does have a spot in the deck. It's just not a 4 of. I tried it, it wasn't good. 4 Oldemon. Oldemon's amazing for that inheritable. The when Digivolving doesn't really come up. You can reduce the cost by 2 if you Digivolve, if there's a Tamer underneath. That's really nice. But the when Digivolving doesn't really come up. If a card with hybrid in its traits, is in this sources, this Digimon gets 4,000 power. So that's really good. And then the inheritable is where we play, where you basically a delicate plane on legs. Where it's if this Digimon has hybrid or 10 warriors in the traits, it doesn't activate security effects and option cards. So it basically negates yellow stuff, which I enjoy. But then I have to deal with the Zoe DB buff, and I'm like, oh, okay. Challenges. Alright, then the last ultimates, level 5s, are 2 Chimeramon. Chimeramon's really good in this build because you can like actually just like stack these Agunimons underneath. Like I'm gonna try to build my deck around more around trying to get the Chimeramon off better, so I can get the Agunimons underneath, so I can get Ancient Greymon out faster. Just mitigate that Digivolution cost. So Chimeramon can Jugruss, DNA Digivolve 2 level 4s, so that hasn't come up yet, but I feel like it would. When Digivolving, you may place 1 level 5 or lower Digimon to the bottom of his sources, and then up to 4 of your opponent's Digimon get minus 1,000 for each of this Digimon's colors. So that's a guarantee. In this build particular, it's a guaranteed minus 2k because he's white and red, since those are 2 colors. So it's minus 2,000 already. In the multi-dual color decks, like Imperial Digimon and stuff, it's guaranteed 3,000. It's crazy. Because white, blue, green. But like in this build particular, it's only going to be minus 2k. Because we only run red and white. Because he's white. Then the other effect doesn't matter, but we'll read it anyway. This Digimon is treated as having the colors of his Digivolution colors, so that does matter. But like the 4 more colors, it gets 4,000 power. Doesn't come up because we don't run more than 2 colors. It's only red and white, so that's the ultimate count. 6 ultimates. Then the megas. 4 Ancient Greymon, obviously. For those who don't know what this card does, for each Digimon card in this Digimon sources with Greymon or hybrid, so that's the important part, this Digimon gains +1 security. Then on deletion, you may play 1 red level 4 lower tamer from your hand. Not tamer, hybrid. From your hand while paying memory costs. So hybrid, not a tamer. Really good card. It can OTK really easily. Like you got at least like 3 hybrids underneath. So 1, 2, 3, assuming the first 3 are hybrids. So like that's 1 check, 2 check, 3 check, 4 check. Plus ties. If you have ties out, that's 5 checks. Maybe 6 checks if you have multiple ties out. But like that's really good because yellow can get up that high with their security. So I do enjoy that. 4 of the Ancient, that's not changing. And I think 1 is fine for Emperor Greymon. I run only 1, which is like, that's fine I think. I think I can get away with 1. Maybe I'll up it to 2 because I'm running 2 Omnimon right now. I'm thinking about taking 1 out. Might run another Ancient. Not Ancient, Emperor. So, Emperor Greymon's still a very good card. It blitz when Digivolving, so it can swing over the memory. And then once per turn, when this Digimon is blocked, unsuspended, and gain 1 memory for each Digivolution card this Digimon has with hybrid and traits. That ability will rarely come up because blockers aren't a thing. And they probably won't block if you try to come at you with him. Then Omnimon Blitz. He blitz, unsuspends himself, and blitz. So he's the only one that can, like, if it's the Digimon's tap, you can unsuspend them when you Omnimon and then blitz again. It's pretty good. And then you can save it by trashing a level 6 or a level 6 card in here to prevent from leaving the field. Yeah, cool. Or being deleted. That doesn't really come up because you usually just try to win with this card. But I'm thinking about cutting him down to 1 and maybe run another Emperor Greymon or something else. Like I'm thinking about changing up this build some more because it could potentially beat yellow. I just gotta like figure out some stuff. I run 3 Takuya. So we're moving on to Tamers now. Takuya is very good. He does the 5 warp, like put 5 underneath to warp into Emperor Greymon. Or you can put the 5 underneath and then not do anything and then build your way up like where's Burning? Like Burning Greymon, Aldemon, Ancient, basically, is the key. And then you have all that stuff underneath. It's really good. I'm thinking about cutting down on Takuya. Because I don't run that many hybrids anymore, so he's kind of he's not necessary at 3, I realized, as I was playing against M. Fargalarga for the goggles. I was like, I could probably get away with 2, maybe 1, to be honest. Because I want to run more Hero. I think Hero's way better. I'm running 3 Tai right now. I think Tai is solid at 3. It might up it to 4. But he's pretty solid at 3 right now. I've been seeing him like all the time in every game, so I feel like 3 is a fine number. Memory setter, +1 security if you have 4 more in the stack for red Digimon. It's pretty good, to be honest. Like, I'm really having a lot of fun with the red hybrids. It's one of my favorite decks in the game because I love Takuya and just Agunimon in general. So I run 2 Hero right now. I'm thinking about taking out 2 Takuya to put in 4, like max out the Hero. I think Hero should be maxed out over Tai. In my opinion, I think that should be the play. Because that +2,000 is pretty good. Like, boom. I'd rather have DP buff than +1 security, because Ancient's already getting so many pluses that I'm like, he needs a DP buff because he died in DP battle because I was negating like the Wyvern's Breath, the Eden's Javelin, but then he would be all like, oh, Zoe buffed up my fall down mode, so it kills your Ancient. And I'm like, oh, you beat Mama, and like that made me uncomfortable because Ancient should have been huge, but whatever. So I'm thinking about upping it Hero to 4, which I probably will do. Hero is a very good tamer. He's very versatile. 2 Analog Youth, because getting your hybrids and trash is very good. Like, and grabbing an extra piece is also very good. But I'm also thinking about like adding more removal, because I'm right now my only options is 4 memory boost, which is very good to get the memory I need to do plays. So like red memory boost is actually really good for this deck. Like, I'm actually very happy with it at 4. I'm just like, I need more removal. I'm thinking about adding like Crimson Blaze and not Dark Gaia Force, I don't want black. Like Crimson Blaze and maybe another removal card, like Gaia Force or something, or what's it called, Atomic Blaster, or some kind of removal. Like, I need to get rid of stuff. But yeah, overall, the build in general is very fun to play. Like, I had a fun time playing against Mfarga Larga, even though I was losing and not getting the goggles back. It's still a good deck. So, yeah. Red Hybrids for BT8 is very good. I'm very excited to keep improving it. This video should be up after my trip from Regional, so I should be learning a lot more about how deck building and all that, like, better for this format. Because, yeah, I'm just gonna have fun, like, moving forward. It's gonna be fun. Like, I just really want to chill right now, and that's not a bad thing. Like, I'm burnt out beyond burnt out. Like, all my versus all for one type thing. So, if you get the My Hero reference, watch my Hero videos. Anyways, thanks again, and see y'all next time.